Okay, phase 2. Now phase 2 is your very low calorie portion of the diet while taking your HCG drops. And phase 2 starts out with 2 loading days where you have whatever you want to eat while taking your drops. So those 2 days, you're taking your drops 3 times a day to the measured amount, the 0.75 milliliters, it's on the bottle, and you're eating whatever you kind of want. You know, the point is not to be a glutton about it, but you know, you can have pizza, go to your favorite restaurant, have a burger, store up. You're storing up on fats, storing up on good fats. Have some olive oil, have some nuts. You know, store up on your good fats before you go to the low calorie. That's what you're supposed to be doing while you're taking the drops for those 2 days. Then you go to your low calorie. Okay, so I'm going to be reading some stuff here because basically all the information I'm going to tell you in this video is on the website to read. But if you're anything like me, you don't like to read a bunch of information, you'd rather watch somebody tell you what it is on a video. So that's what I'm doing. So, first thing is, in your low calorie days, after you do your 2 loading days while taking the drops, then you're going to be taking the drops for the remainder of your 23-day or 40-day program. And for breakfast, what you got to have is herbal tea or a black coffee. Okay? And no sugar in your tea or coffee, ever. So you can't put sugar in your tea or coffee. You may sweeten your tea or coffee with stevia. Stevia is a natural sweetener, and you can find it in your local health food store. But you can't use things like aspartame, NutraSweet, sucralose, Splenda, no chemicalized sugars. You can't use those. And you're allowed a tablespoon of milk in your tea or coffee a day. So if you're having 2 or 3 coffees a day, which you're allowed to do if they're black, only one of them can actually have a little bit of milk in it. Okay, not all of them. Just once a day you can have a little bit of milk in your coffee or tea. All right, for lunch and dinner, you get 100 grams of lean meat for lunch and 100 grams of lean meat for dinner. That's 3.5 ounces raw or 3 ounces cooked, right? Beef, veal, chicken, like a chicken breast, whitefish, lobster, crab, shrimp, right? Sorry if I'm looking down, I'm reading all this information so I get it all to you. You're allowed to substitute 4 eggs. 1 will be whole and 3 will be egg whites. And you can have cottage cheese, a half a cup, occasionally, as protein. Right? So that's lunch and dinner protein. Now your carbohydrates for lunch and dinner, as far as kind of a bread goes, like a starch, 1 Melba toast cracker or 1 grissini breadstick for lunch and 1 for dinner. Now I've also found this other thing that you can have. It's rye vita. It has whole grain rye, and oat bran is the best one. It's just like simple ingredients and there's no sugar in it. This diet was created in the 50s. There's actually sugar in Melba toast. So I did it on my diet and it worked fine, but if you want to have something that doesn't actually have sugar in it, rye vita is a good substitute. It's, you know, just rye, oat, and salt. That's it. Okay? Now also with your fruits and with your dinner, you get your fruits and vegetables. So you get to pick 1 fruit and 1 vegetable for each meal. Fruits, you're allowed a handful. So that's 1 apple, not 2 apples, even if they're small, 1 apple, 1 orange, a handful of strawberries, or half a grapefruit. You got to pick 1 of those for lunch or dinner. Vegetables, you get 1 item, which is a handful. Don't worry if you grab extra of the vegetables, like a big handful, that's okay. They're the vegetables. It's weighing the protein and the fruits and the starches that's the most important. If you have extra lettuce on your plate, like a big handful, it's okay. And you get to choose from radishes, cucumbers, celery, fennel, cabbage, tomatoes, onions, spinach, lettuce, chard, asparagus, and beet greens. That's what you get to choose from. You're not supposed to combine 2 vegetables, but I've done it, combined tomato and cucumber, and it was fine. I don't think you're supposed to mix them all together in some kind of a soup. You just, you know, if you want to mix cucumber and tomato, I think you'll be okay as part of that. You know, half a handful of each. Okay, so that's what you want to do. And you want to, if you get hungry in the middle of the day, you may want to spread out when you eat your apple and when you eat your meal. Okay, and you'll be taking your drops in the morning, in the middle of the day, and at the end of the night, at night. Okay, so that's phase 2.